So due diligence is every startup is going to go into due diligence fairly rapidly, and I think I call it good corporate hygiene, and every founder and should start with that. And a lot of the more they do themselves early on, the better, because otherwise you're going to be paying people to chase down agreements that weren't signed or anything. So what I would just recommend is you, as a founder, start making sure that every contract you sign, you have the fully executed version. You have, you're up to date with your filings, like your registrations, your tax, your books should all be up to date and ready in a organized manner, and there's so many tools these days that you can do everything in the cloud, and then you can easily invite your due diligence potential investors in there. So it's just putting a little bit of thought through a routine and then keeping that routine, which I think is probably just like, New Year's resolutions, good intentions, hard to keep. Yeah. From the financial accounting side, they will want to have, up-to-date GAAP financials. They will want to have a copy of all contracts, NDAs signed, employee letters, PIAs, which is the inventions agreement that you have your contractors and or employees sign. You won't want to see any all the corporate articles of incorporation, and all board minutes, cap table, everything that has to do with the established organization, what any liabilities, ownership, all of those things need to be in order when you have your due diligence. So a lot of founders and early stage companies underestimate the amount of administrative work it is to keep your company healthy and ready for due diligence. And administrative work, I'm saying everything from making sure your cap table is up to date, or your agreements are signed, your NDAs, your contracts, your general hygiene, your financials, your tax, your reporting. Like if you're in San Francisco, I'm just going to give a little concrete example. The city of San Francisco requires extra reporting if you are based there, and taxes versus if you are in Palo Alto or versus San Jose. So there's a lot of quirky things that is kind of, I think, a lot of people's not favorite work to do, but it still is important to not underestimate, budget both time and resources to make sure that you are up to date and ready for investors, as well as not being surprised by anything, that you have kind of control of your company.